everybody, I'm Alex Grieve, I Be Crazy.
I'm Mark Ashton, M. Ashton 1138.
And for those of you who don't want to watch the full review and testing of the Connex Prosight, here is an abridged footnotes version where we'll tell you a little bit about our experiences with it. And overall, I'd have to say our experience was positive.
Definitely.
It was a lot more than we expected.
Mm-hmm.
And bone stock, we know that the full-size Connex only does 1 kilometer and then it artificially clips out. And we got further than that on this system running bone stock. So it's at least as capable as the full-size Connex, but it's got a significantly lower price point.
Significantly lower.
Yeah.
It's a third of the price.
So overall, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with Connex Prosight.
Yeah.
But what do you think? How do you compare it to analog?
I would say this. Is it better than analog? Yes. Is analog dead and now obsolete because of the Prosight? Absolutely not.
So the pixelization at the end of your range, it's better because you can still see it's not as bad,
Right.
but that solid wall is
Right.
is definitely worse.
Right.
But you know, at least the analog gives you warning. And you had mentioned when you were out there, you could still identify everything, even the stuff that I had a hard time.
Right. When I pulled my
identifying.
goggles off and I looked at the monitor, I could actually see the difference. Like I could. I'm not saying that it looked better or looked as good as the HD, but I mean I could still identify everything that I was identifying with the HD.
Right.
And properly set up, with your cameras adjusted properly.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And using the right equipment, it's fine. And standard definition is still good enough to use.
Oh yeah.
HD is not an SD killer today.
No, it will be eventually.
It will be eventually.
Eventually,
yes.
as the thing gets more refined, the cost comes down. But right now, I would agree with you. What I saw on the screen, yeah, I liked it when you were up close. But the truth is I'm going to leave it on my Spectre, but the standard def is still going to be my go-to. So our first test out, that was 25 milliwatts. Bone stock, now granted we didn't get much past 1 kilometer. What was it, 1.14?
1.14, 1.19?
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere in that area.
So just a little past the 1 kilometer limit of the Connex. But then when we left at FCC Part 15, the 25 milliwatts, and then we put our antenna array. Now it's 11 dBi panel antenna with approximately 100-degree beam on that thing. We made it a lot further. In fact, what was it? We made 2.5 kilometers on 25 milliwatts.
Yep.
That's amazing. 25 milliwatts, uncompressed HD, absolutely amazing. But here's the thing about that. What we were noticing as we were getting to the end of our range, what were you seeing when I was flying there?
You have a drop off in definition, so you're not really getting 720p anymore.
Okay.
You start to get a digital pixelization going on.
Okay.
So just think of it, if you guys have satellite TV, think of it when a storm comes over, how your TV kind of wants to get grainy and you have little blocks popping up. Looks like a Minecraft video.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you were getting. It wasn't bad at first, but the further out you get, it definitely does start to kind of.
So, but then it just kind of
then
hits
it's
the wall.
gone.
Then it's gone. There's no coming back.
Yeah, and your warning is pixelization. Once you really start getting a significant amount of pixelization in there,
Turn around.
the screen wants to kind of do this little flashy thing going on. It's not locking up completely, but you're getting a little bit of a kind of like, it's almost like a frame rate drop, a significant frame rate drop. And then it just cuts off black screen and you're done.
So don't push it to the edge because the edge is a hard edge versus the analog was pretty soft.
Yeah.
Well, then we did another test where we boosted up to 200 milliwatts, and Mark was on the sticks, where I was watching the HD, and we started again low power, but we boosted up to 200 milliwatts, and well, we barely made it 1.5 kilometers. In fact, it was only 1.46 kilometers. So only 320 meters further despite amplifying our power 9 dB.
Right.
Now here's the thing. Our panel array is 11 dB. A dipole is 2. So ideally at 200 milliwatts, this system should have gone bone stock as far as we made it with the panel antenna. And our panel antenna went 1 kilometer further on 25 milliwatts than this thing did running full power bone stock.
Yes.
But then we boosted this thing by putting our panel antenna back on it, running full power. And admittedly, it didn't go and go and go as far as I thought. But, before we did this, Jonathan from Amimon challenged me. He did 3.9 kilometers. And what did we get?
We got 4.1.
4.1. So, Jonathan, that's your record to beat. We got you by 200 meters. So, I look forward to a video of you beating our record.
And bear in mind, that was only on the third flight.
And our first try. We've never used this before. So this is our first try at this. Now, granted, we are kind of the RF guys, so we kind of did stack the deck in our favor.
Well,
this is a low.
He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have challenged us to that.
Yeah, I know. Come on.
but,
Yeah, because the first thing we're going to do is stack the deck. I mean, we're in a low noise environment. We're flying over. I mean, it wasn't quite a valley, but it was pretty. We pretty much did stack the deck in our favor.
About the only thing we could have done different was chose a better location that didn't have a tree line in the way.
That's true. We did shoot through the tree.
Right.
But around here, there isn't a flat spot anywhere. We're in the middle of the mountain. But overall, I've got to say, definitely impressive. Bone stock running a mini quad. We were running an ideal situation on a foam airplane too.
Yeah.
So a mini quad's got a lot of carbon on it. So you might want an upgraded antenna if you want full quality at the edge of your racetrack. But it's definitely enough for a mini quad in a race. Your video link is probably going to suffer a little bit, but on the other hand, our goggles aren't truly 720 anyway. So you might not even notice.
TV was.
The TV was.
Yeah.
The TV was, but the goggles aren't really a true 720.
Right. Now, and the other thing to mention here is that we did fly this on the high quality mode, so full 720/60. We did not fly it on the 720/30. Their HP mode, which is what most racers are using because of the lag issues they're experiencing.
So overall, very impressed, especially for a $500 price point. HD is here. I remember when we first did those Success FPV videos, I said, HD isn't here yet. Maybe in 4 to 5 years. Well, here it is 5 years later, and it's here.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah, it's here.
So
it needs some tweaking.
Yeah, but hey, it's a first generation.
But it's first generation.
And it's here.
I'm impressed.
It's here. So guys, overall, very impressed with the Connex Prosight. It's not perfect, but it's really, really impressive. Very impressive. So Amimon, good work. And Jonathan, you've got a record to beat.
Good luck.
Because if you beat it, we're coming right back at you. So game on. So if you've got the $500 to spend, I have no reservations for the Prosight. I think it's excellent. Yes, it's a first generation, but it works. It works well. So it
does what they advertise.
And I'm going to keep it on my plane. I'm definitely going to keep it there. I really like it. I'm going to go with the big screen. I have head plays, so I'm going to get a little bit bigger screen and hopefully a little bit better resolution than the Dominator goggles. But overall, I mean, if you've got that big screen TV, absolutely go for it. If you can get that outside, that resolution was amazing. Once you got in close, that was great.
Yeah, I don't think it makes analog obsolete yet, though.
No, it doesn't make analog obsolete, but it's coming. The analog's days are numbered.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
They're numbered. I give it another 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years, maybe or so, and then analog might be gone.
Yeah.
But that's a long way away. So with that, I'm Ivy Crazy.
And I'm M. Ashton 1138.
And keep 'em flying.